Welcome one and welcome all to the second episode of Grab a Glass podcast. I'm Lauren.
And I'm Hazel, and on today's episode we are talking about societal influence.
So, would you say there is such a thing as having it all together?
Absolutely not.
No.
I think you can have it together in some aspects of your life, your career, your love life and stuff like that. I feel like you can feel like you're in control of those things. But 9 times out of 10, no one is in control 100%. No one has it all together. We're all faking it till we make it.
Yeah,
I know I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. But it's letting go of things that you can't control.
Yeah, I mean, I remember this little, I wouldn't say analogy, but like this little diagram thing.
Yeah.
And it was like, is there something you can do about it? Yes, so don't worry about it. Is there something you can do about it? No, so don't worry about it. And it's that idea of like not letting things consume your life. If it's something out of your control, why are you letting it affect? I mean, I understand we all do it. We all are a massive warrior.
Yeah.
But let go.
There's a philosophy that I love. It's from Socrates, a kind of like a Greek philosopher, and it's one that I kind of lived by religiously.
Yeah.
Because a lot of his teachings were very grounded, very down to earth, and very realistic. But the philosophy is to learn how to detach from things that you can't control, and that's massively changed the way that I walk through life. Massively. So, do you think social media has glorified living in the perfect person concept?
I think it's amplified it. It didn't create it, but I think it's amplified it because we're consuming so much of other people's lives, I mean, they only show you what they want you to see.
Yeah.
But we're consuming so much of this, like, ideology of a perfect person, like going to the gym, picking your kids up, balancing everything, having it all at once kind of thing.
Yeah.
So we're kind of, it's like as if we've set that as a goal and it's something that we're all striving to achieve. Who wouldn't want to be perfect?
Yeah.
Who wouldn't want to be perfect?
I want to be perfect.
But there is no such thing.
You're right.
There is no such thing as perfect. That is the entire point. And I think social media has impacted so many people's like mental health and things like that because you're constantly comparing yourself to other people.
Massively, yeah.
But you're comparing yourself to the filtered version of their life. You
are. You're comparing yourself to what they have fine-tuned and hand-picked out for you to see. They want you to see, the shiny things that happen to them. They want you to see, I wake up at 5 a.m, I'm having oats and chia seeds that I've marinated in the fridge overnight.
Oh gosh,
I've made I've ground my own coffee beans from scratch. They want you to see all that because it makes them perfect online, but in reality, I wouldn't wake up at 5 a.m.
No. I've done it, but only like once.
One time?
Yeah, just one singular time.
Whole adult life one time.
Yeah.
But it creates this vision, this concept that certain people are perfect and others aren't. And if you don't meet those expectations, then you're not perfect.
So, how do you feel about the statement that progress is more important than perfection?
I agree with it. Because, like we've already mentioned, no one's perfect. You don't wake up one day and be perfect at every little aspect of your life. It's all about the little baby steps, the steps that we don't see in the background. The years climbing career ladders, years building relationships, building families, building lives for ourselves. We don't perfect those overnight. Rome wasn't built in a day. So why should we expect our lives to be 100% perfect 24/7, 365? It doesn't work.
365. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's more important that you focus on the journey. It's not about when you get there. It's about how you. No, hang on.
No, it is. It's about your journey. It shapes you, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does exactly. And I think a lot of people lose focus on that because they're striving so hard for this perfection that we keep mentioning.
Yeah.
But it's as long as you're trying, as long as you're doing everything that you can, that's all that anyone can ask. It doesn't have to be, there's no two journeys are going to be the same in life, and I feel like everyone goes through different things, everyone has their own experiences, and it's how you deal with it. It's the way that you get through things.
Yeah.
Mm.
So are we taught to become acceptable before becoming ourselves?
I would say so, yeah. I mean, if you think about early childhood, we're taught to fit in, in school and things like that. And if you don't act a certain way or you don't like the same things that everybody else does, it's essentially like as if you're painting a target on your back.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. But I feel like, obviously, it can be really difficult going through and navigating through school and the education system and finding all your friends and whatnot. But when you get out, when you start to get a little bit older, I think it becomes, I want to say harder to a degree, because I think a lot of kids are on social media from a very young age. And I feel like social media is a fantastic way to find your niche and find what you're into. But I think it can also have an opposite effect on certain things. Because I know a lot of it boils down to positive reinforcement with social media. Because I know, for one, if I see something on Instagram and TikTok that I like and I think I relate to it, and then I see it getting millions of views, millions of likes, and you think, oh my god, hang on, I posted something similar the other day and I've only got 30 likes.
Yeah.
Like, doing something wrong. It creates this bubble that you can't be yourself.
Yeah, I mean, if you think again about early childhood, speaking from personal experience now, everyone was on hot dinners, everyone, that was the thing to do.
They were the best and the worst thing, the hot dinners in primary school.
I don't really remember it. I remember the cheese flan. That's all I remember. I don't remember anything else, I just remember that. But yeah, I only did it twice a week, and everybody else did it every day, whether that's they've got the money for it or whatever, but it was the thing to do. Everybody had hot dinner every day. So I felt like an outsider. I felt really
felt awkward.
Yeah, I felt awkward with my little packed lunch, and I'm like 6 or 7 years old. I'm like, I'm tiny, and I'm already thinking, oh my god, everyone's looking at me, because I'm aware that I'm doing one thing that's different.
You're not fitting the norm.
No, exactly. And I think it's hard to compare really between adulthood and childhood, but it depends. It's all social influence really, isn't it?
1,000,000%, yeah. But I think it does whittle down to you need to grow into yourself. You need to find out what your niche is. You need to find out what it is that that is you. Some people have different interests, different styles, different hobbies. You like listening to music, like watching films and whatnot. People have different tastes, and I think it's so hard today, in today's day and age, to be able to express what you are and what you like. But then I also think it isn't that hard. I feel like I'm contradicting myself, because social media does give you a window of opportunity to be able to express that.
Yeah, but only within the boundaries.
It does, doesn't it?
It's a hard one to call, but I would definitely agree with that statement.
I would too. Yeah.
So, would you say you are living or just existing?
What, me personally?
Well, will you? It's up to you.
Okay. Personally, I think I am just existing at the moment. Some days I'm existing, some days I'm living. But I think generally we're all just going through the motions, aren't we? We're all in a routine. You wake up, you get ready, you go to a 9 till 5, you come home, and then it's just repeat. It's that cycle of repeat. No change, no nothing. It's just the same routine day in, day out. So there's no margin to live.
No.
There's no margin to be creative. There's no margin to say, I'm going to colour outside the lines today.
Yeah, it's sort of like we've not got the... It's almost like freedom. We feel like we're kind of stuck in this routine. And it's the quality of life, when I say existing or living, I mean, when I say living, I mean like Are you doing everything you want to do? Are you, you know, going to Paris, or, you know, are you exploring the world and doing everything that's always been on your bucket list? Because everyone has a bucket list, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've all got
Yeah.
a bucket list. I don't know where mine is, like, but it's just about seizing the opportunities, and it's about trying. Obviously, it's hard, but trying to live your life to the max so that you feel like you're in control of your life.
Yeah. Because we're all just living off blueprints, aren't we?
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah. But I do agree with what you're saying. You know, we need to, you know, it's like grabbing the bull by its horns, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, we're not taking risks. We're staying in the slow lane on the motorway, aren't we?
Yeah, we're nice and comfortable.
Yeah, nice little 60 cruise. You know, not overtaking. You know, sitting behind a lorry, watching your efficiency.
Yeah.
But that's everyone's life. Well, majoritively everyone's life. It's kind of, you know, we don't take risks, we don't take changes, you know, and then when we get to 30s or 40s, we think, oh my god, my 20s, where have they gone?
Yeah, well,
My
we've
30s.
got all that to come, haven't we? We've got all that excitement to come, all that regret. Well, hopefully not, but...
Yeah. Right, okay, so feeling like an outcast or an outsider is normal. What do you think?
I would say so, yeah. You know, I mean, we all kind of feel that way at some... Well, I hope everyone does. Well, no, I don't hope everyone does, but you know what I mean? Like, I feel like we're all in it together.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, from a little age, if you don't... You know, it comes back to that childhood thing again. If you don't fit in, it's kind of like... I used to think of it as like a clown living in a beige world sort of thing. Like, you stand out.
Oh.
I know, it's such a sweet analogy, isn't it? But, like, you just feel like... Everyone has it at some point in their life where you feel like you don't fit in, or you feel like you could be doing more, or, you know, you're not up to the standards of society. But it's just a side effect of social conditioning, and I think over time you sort of come to the realisation that there's nothing wrong with you, and that's just the way that society's made us feel.
That is so true. 1,000,000%. It's all about societal norms, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, if you don't tick a box, if you don't, you know, if you don't have the same views or the same interests or whatnot, you get labelled an outcast, don't you? And it's horrible, but it does happen every single day. People go through this all the time, but it's become normal. It's awful, but it's become normal.
Yeah, I feel like it's been more normalised as well with word I'm looking for, social media. You know, because everyone's sort of, it's almost performative in a way.
Yes.
You
know, you're all kind of wanting to impress. You're all wanting to not feel like an outcaster, because I know it does kind of beg, you know, it's kind of something in the back of your mind. When you are on social media, you are posting something and you think, oh my god, should I post this? What are people going to say? How are people going to react? Is it going to take off? And then you start digging this black hole, and I think it happens to a lot of people, but it's normal.
Yeah.
It's the way we've been conditioned to think.
So there is no such thing as being behind.
I think there is.
Okay.
You know, we all have different time scales. We all work to different schedules in our lives. You know, we have goals. You know, when we want to start achieving things. But you know, it's drilled into you when you're in high school, when you're in primary school. Where do you see yourself in 10 years' time?
Yeah. Even in interviews as well.
Literally, yeah. But you're meant to have it all figured out. From the age of like 13 or 14 years old, you're meant to have it all figured out where you want to be in 10 years' time. And if you don't have it all figured out, you're behind.
I would slightly disagree.
Okay.
I would say there is no such thing as being behind because of those exact points, but from a different perspective. It's sort of like a comparison. You know, we feel as though we're behind, but we're not necessarily behind, because who says that we actually have to work to a certain schedule? Who says that we actually have to achieve things at the same time as other people? You know, I mean, we're sort of conditioned in a world where there is no room for people to be different. You know, I mean, in school, we're all 8 till 3:30 or whatever it is. I can't even remember now. It's been that long. But it's training us for the adult world. It's training us for work life, for that 9 to 5, and it's so hard to keep up with everything. It's this idea that you
have to meet that schedule.
Yeah, you have to meet that time frame, and you have to do everything the same as everybody else. I mean, you know, some people learn to drive quicker than others and things like that. You know, small things, moving out, whatever. But there's no such thing as being behind, because we've all invented it. Do you get where I'm coming from?
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's more so a sense of a feel, isn't it?
Yeah.
You do feel like you're behind, you know, you feel like if you're not, you know, CEO come 30, or if you're not, you know, married with 3 kids by the time you're 32. Do you know what I mean? It becomes, you get wrapped up in the idea that you are behind, and then that creates that sense of feeling.
Yeah.
That you're not, that something's gone wrong. Your plan, your map for your life it's gone wrong somewhere. You've taken the wrong turn, and it does create that sense that you've gone wrong somewhere. You're behind.
Yeah, but I would say there is no such thing as being behind, and we're all different. We all have different timescales. We all have different goals, and the only thing you can do, again, try your best.
Right, okay, so how much of our lives is actually authentic opposed to performative?
I would say that we essentially perform more than we actually realise, because it's that idea again from childhood that if we don't fit in, we sort of make it that we do fit in. You know, even if it's things like you don't support the same sports team as your friend group, or you don't like the same music as everybody else in school or whatever, it's kind of like you pretend to like these things and you try to fit in because you're afraid that you'll be labelled as different, or you're afraid that people won't like you won't be tolerated.
Literally. I think a lot of it goes down to vicarious reinforcement. My psychology teacher will be so impressed with me right now. No, but it's vicarious reinforcement, because every single day is a show. Every day is a play that you're putting on, and you are acting your little heart out to everyone who is watching by, who is watching you from the side, from behind your back, and who is watching you live, you know, every single day. So you're putting on this act to try and fit in, to try and tick a box, to try and, you know, create this idea that you're one of the gang. You want that fits in with the norms, you know, so you don't label yourself as an outcast. And I think a lot of people, I'm so guilty of this.
Yeah, well, we all are to a certain extent, yeah.
It's like football. In my office, football is the talk of town.
Yeah.
If you're a red, you are one of the team.
Yeah.
If you're not a red, don't even go into the office on the match day.
So would you say that's why you say that you support a certain team when you actually don't even watch football?
Quite literally, yeah. Yeah. Or I'm just like a free moving spirit. You know, if one team's doing good one day, I'm like, oh my god, I'm a fan of that team. The next
Whoever's
day,
top of the league.
Literally, yeah, you just plug it.
Yeah.
Just take it till you make it.
But that's normal, and I feel like a lot of people do that. You know, I mean, for me in school, it was always like music. Like everyone loved Justin Bieber.
I hated him. Oh my
Did
god.
you?
Yeah.
I couldn't stand it.
Some of the songs I got behind, but
to me it's very repetitive is all it is. It's just I find it a bit too whiny. It hits my ear wrong. Well, that's, you know, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with his music. I'm just saying that I don't personally like it.
Do you know who I was? I was the biggest One Direction fan ever.
Wait, see, that was another one I wasn't fond of. I would sing the songs. No, I'm okay with them now.
You have to quit the podcast now.
But it was like, I think what it was with me is because everybody liked it, I was like, okay, well, I'll go with the flow then, but I don't really.
Yeah, so you felt like you had to put an act on to, you know, fit in.
Yeah.
Oh my god, with football.
I know. I remember when we were watching the Euros the other year and you went, are we blue or white? And there was 5 minutes of the game left and you turned and went, are we blue or white?
I'm pretty sure 4 people in the stand turned around and gave me the dirtiest look ever in that.
But yeah.
thought I saw one guy going on like that with his beer.
Probably, I wouldn't be surprised. But it's normal. We all do it more than we realise, isn't it? The entire point to that tangent.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's normal.
It's life.
So, feeling the need to prove yourself or prove your worth.
I think that happens a lot of the time. A lot of people need to chase the validation. We're chasing something in life, we're chasing approval, we're chasing validation, we're chasing, the need to be liked. It's not a want, it's a need. People need that reinforcement, they need the validation, they need to chase it.
I would say as well, it's because we've sort of been taught within society that we need to be a certain thing to be lovable, like love is conditional. And you kind of feel the need to show off, or like, look at me, look at what I've done.
You need to boast it, don't you?
Yeah, like you need to prove that you're useful or that you have a worth, essentially, to people in order to feel that validation.
Yeah, 100%. And it's people end up changing themselves to tick a box for someone else.
Yeah.
And it's become normal. Society has taught us that this is acceptable, this is what we need to do to be able to, to get what we want, to get what we need. But it's the polar opposite, isn't it?
Yeah. The easiest way that you can be lovable is being yourself. Yeah. And you will
we
always...
love an authentic babe, don't we?
Yeah, always authentic. Because you will always find the people that you're meant to find, and you will always have that love, even if it's just from your parents. As long as you feel as though you are lovable, that's all you need in life, and you don't need to prove yourself to anyone. I do it, but you don't have to care what people think. Yeah. And I think it comes with maturity and sort of realising that that's the case. You are entirely lovable exactly as you are.
I'm gonna just take a little bow to you.
Thanks, I do try.
Okay, so that ties in quite nicely then to prioritising ourselves and learning to accept that not everyone has to like us.
Yeah, I think again it's that feeling of having to fit in or having to be lovable enough or be enough of an asset that people like us. And I think once we stop trying to live up to that standard of perfect, that's when we find the people that actually see us and understand us exactly as we are.
That see the authentic side.
Yeah,
the
unfiltered side. And you don't have to, you realise that you don't have to keep up that act, essentially.
At the end of the day, everyone wears a facade. We all put a mask on when we go outside, and we all have to face the world and all of its big bad truths.
Yeah.
But once you can take the mask off, you can walk confidently down the street without having to, feel like you're hiding something, without having to think that you're concealing something from the world that you don't want people to see. It's when life becomes more beautiful. Yeah. Because you see, it's like taking off the rose tinted glasses and putting your clear blue glasses on that you can see your computer screen.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean, yeah. I think it's just a way of looking at things and accepting that you don't have to be liked by everybody. I know I'm not.
I'm not either.
No. But
we're happy, we're okay, we're content with that.
Exactly. If you wouldn't take advice from somebody, why do you care if they like you or not?
Literally.
That just popped into my head. That was quite good.
I saw a quote on online the other day, and it hit quite deep, because people who criticise you, who you think their opinion matters, people who have something to say, they're sitting from the sidelines, they're watching your life move on from the side. They're not in your life. So why are you concentrating on something that you can't control? Let them hate.
Exactly.
Let them talk.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fine. It is honestly fine. The second you can detach from something that doesn't serve you, that doesn't control you, once you realise it doesn't control you, then life becomes a whole lot better.
The world still spins.
It does.
Yeah.
Goes round and round.
A little circle, a merry-go-round.
Yeah.
So, being brave enough to voice our struggles to each other.
That is something a lot of people struggle with.
Mhm.
It's such a difficult thing
Yeah.
to be able to get out of your head and come forward for help, to come forward and let people know what you're going through.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like in our last episode we did touch on this ever so slightly, didn't we? It can come from a place of vulnerability and being weak and feeling like if you tell someone you're going to burden them.
Yeah.
And obviously if you tell someone what you're going through, because mental health can be quite it is a very stigmatized topic.
Yeah.
So admitting to that, it puts you in a vulnerable position. A lot of people don't want to face that.
I would say it takes an awful lot of courage to be able to sit in front of somebody and say, okay, I need help. You know, and I think it's so hard because sometimes, especially if you're struggling already with your mental health, it can be so hard to voice that as a concern because it makes you feel weak or it makes you feel like you're codependent. And especially when you're already at a low point and you're essentially a prisoner in your own mind, it's kind of like you've not got the energy, you haven't got the strength to be able to hold your hand out and say, look, I really need support with this. But it's normal, and it's something that at some point we all go through. We might not talk about it, but it's something that we all go through at some point where we need help, but we've got too much, what's the word? Pride.
Yeah.
Too much pride to be able to ask for it.
I went through a similar situation.
Mm-hmm.
Not going into too much detail.
Yeah.
But I went through a very dark time in my life where I was struggling with my mental health.
Yeah.
And as I mentioned again in the last video, I don't like being weak. I don't like the idea of feeling in control. And situations like that, they make you in control.
Yeah.
You control the narrative, you control when you tell someone, what you tell someone. But speaking up for help is the best thing that you can possibly do. Even if it's just ChatGPT.
Personally, I wouldn't encourage that, but
if you get what I mean, you're telling
to
someone,
anybody, yeah. Well, not someone, something, but
yeah. Well,
I get you.
You're
I get
still
your point.
helpful.
Yeah, but it's just a case of being able to do that, feeling strong enough that you can reach out.
It takes a lot. It's not easy.
No,
But
no.
it does get a lot better once you tell people.
Yeah, it really does. There is always, what's that expression now? The silver lining in the, what is it, in the cloud? It's like the silver
I haven't heard
lining.
that one before.
Yeah, it's like a silver lining in a cloud. Like even though it's raining, there's still silver. So it's something
Is it like a
that.
rainbow? Like a little rainbow in the clouds then?
Maybe, I don't even know how rainbows are formed, but it's something about silver lining, looking on the bright side of life. I'll use that one because I can't fathom that. But yeah, it really does. And I think it's just a case of finding that positive mindset and having the
courage.
Yeah, the courage.
Yeah.
So, as you may be aware, in our show we have a segment called The Glass Moment, which is where we take something that we've learned or something that has had the most impact on us throughout this episode. So, my glass moment was being able to realise that independency didn't mean I had to go through things alone.
My glass moment was learning to speak up about troubles and mental health is totally okay.
So if our discussion resonated with you, please know that you are not alone.
On that note, our glasses are empty, so we will see you on the next episode of Grab a Glass.